Welcome back, crew. It is your boy BG with the Parks Guru channel, and today we're going to talk about 8 overlooked items at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. Just the other day, I had a friend ask. He was going down to the parks and he wanted to know what the must-do items were. And of course, like everybody, I went straight to the big ticket items. You need to go ride Hagrid's. You need to go check out Velocicoaster. But all of a sudden, I realized there are a lot of little things that people probably miss when they visit the parks. So today, we're going to give you 8 little hidden gems that you might not even know are in the park that you should probably check out the next time you're there. And today, we're rolling around with Andrew and Margie.
And we're gonna wander around and just show you guys what we see.
So today we're gonna start over at Universal's Islands of Adventure, and we're gonna walk into the park, make that left, and start heading over to Marvel's Superheroes Island, where we're gonna run into our first item.
So obviously we're over here by the Incredible Hulk, and this is definitely not overlooked. You know that it's one of the more popular rides in the park, and it's one of the first things you see, so it's kind of an iconic piece. But what is overlooked is this Storm Force Accelerator. As you can tell right now, it literally has a 5-minute wait, but according to what I'm seeing here, it almost appears to be a walk-on. And it's a fun little ride. Andrew absolutely loves going on it. And again, there's just no wait ever, but it's kind of hidden because it's over by Hulk, that everybody goes to Hulk and they just don't see it.
Now, I know this one's not much of a hidden gem, as most people may know of its existence, but so many people just walk past it. It's like a more intense version of the teacups, but it's definitely worth checking out the next time you're at the park. Now we're going to continue on walking through the park and head over to Toon Lagoon, where we're going to see our next item.
Alright, again, this one's not a surprise. This is Popeye and Pluto's Bilge Rat Barges, but the surprise is that you get wet on this ride. Well, that shouldn't be a surprise either. But there are ways to get people wet on this ride, and it's actually free. So we're gonna walk over here and show you guys right now, as Margie and Andrew are gonna grab some squirt guns over here and go ahead and try and get some people soaked. But it's called Me Ship the Olive, and it's back in the back of this section. And all you do is walk up the boat here in a moment, as you'll see when we get over here, and there are squirt guns on the ship where you can actually get the people who are riding the ride soaked.
Now, most people are already going to be soaked on this ride. You get drenched on Popeye and Pluto's, but one of the key things here is where this actually occurs is one of the wettest spots of the ride. Just before you get to Me Ship the Olive, you get absolutely drenched from a water pipe that winds up soaking most of the raft. And then the next thing you know, all of a sudden, water starts raining down from above, and that's because people on board the ship are actually controlling squirt guns and squirting the people down in the water ride below. Kind of a fun thing to do. It is free. Again, another little hidden feature. If you're looking for something fun to do on a busy day, just go over there, get some people wet.
So right over here you've got the Jurassic River Adventure, but just before you come to that, you've got Camp Jurassic. And this is overlooked because it's considered kind of a kids area, but I'm going to show you guys some things that it's a little bit for everybody. Now, of course, it does have one of the more famous rides in the park, Pterodon Flyers, and it's not famous for the ride itself. It's famous because most of you can't go on it. And hoping it reopens before Andrew gets too tall and we actually get one more shot on it. But Pterodon Flyers is right here. It has been closed for a little while. But obviously, guests must be between 36 and 56 inches in order to ride, so it is designed for the younger kids. But I'm going to show you some fun stuff back here.
One really fun thing about this is that there's a water area that can get you soaked.
The Camp Jurassic area really does have a lot of unique features that are very interesting to walk around and explore, but I will give you one word of caution. Be careful as you walk around, as there are several water features, including this one, which has Dilophosaurus-shaped water guns shooting water out of their mouths, and you could get absolutely drenched if you walk into this area. Now, another thing you're going to come across when you're exploring Camp Jurassic is going to be a maze of caves, which are actually pretty unique.
So this is one of my favorite areas of Camp Jurassic because it's just so pretty. There's just so many cool colors and lights, the waterfalls, everything that's going on. It's just something that you would never know is here.
And we just got soaked crossing the bridge, so if you come in here, you might get a little wet too. It's a lot colder in here than it is outside. It's probably close to 90 degrees today, and this is a nice way to catch a break, especially like we're on a Saturday. The lines for Velocicoaster and Hagrid's are both over 120 minutes right now. So this is something fun to do during those peak times where you can kind of get out, and even as adults, we still enjoy it.
Definitely something that we never even thought to look back here. We always just let the kids run and play, and one day they were like, you have to come back here and see this. and we were just amazed.
Now, another thing that gets overlooked quite frequently here at Universal is going to be the Raptor Encounter experience, which is also here in the Jurassic Park area. Most people walk up, ask what it is, they say it's where you get to meet a dinosaur, and then most people move on. But if you've never experienced this, it is worth doing at least once. I promise you, the first time you do this, somebody in your party is going to get the crap scared out of them.
And let's back Andrew up towards Blue.
Andrew, just stare blankly forward at Kenny. Kenny's the stranger with your camera. Andrew, don't worry, because what's about to happen, you're only going to feel it for a second, okay? Does that alarm you? It should. Tell your family to run, Andrew. Tell your family to run!
So one other place that gets overlooked quite a bit is the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. Now there's a couple highlights in this that we're going to show you guys, but a few points that I'll point out. This is my rain hiding spot. When it's raining, I always come here. There always seems to be somewhere I can find a place to sit, even when it's raining. On top of that, it's got bathrooms in the air conditioning and a whole discovery zone downstairs for the kids. But it's also a shortcut to get to Velocicoaster if you're coming from the River Adventure side, as I can walk right in, down these stairs, and out that door and make it over to Velocicoaster. He thinks he fits because he can sit in the seat. Now pull it down. Pull!
All the way! Even more!
There you go. That's what it's like to ride the ride, bro. Not an overlooked thing. This is actually something everybody should look at. If you're getting on a ride and if you're unsure you're going to fit, most of them have these test seats outside. Go ahead and test, because Velocicoaster right now is a 150-minute wait, and you're going to be mad if you wait 150 minutes and all of a sudden realize you can't ride.
We want one of them to hatch.
Oh,
Can we see them now?
Right?
Didn't work.
No.
We did just have one hatch like maybe 25 minutes ago. So we never know when these things are going to happen.
What kind of dinosaur was it?
Oh, what kind of dinosaur was it? A velociraptor, which isn't surprising because next door was a woo! And over the lagoon it goes woo!
Only hatch Velocicoaster for Velociraptors?
Oh, we never hatched a Velocicoaster, but we hatch other things as well. It's just we got a lot of Velociraptors right now. See those eggs in the back, all alone and ostracized in that cage? Those are our T-Rex eggs. You don't want to be around when the T-Rex hatches. In fact, you don't want to be one of these eggs around when the T-Rex hatches. They tend to look at this kind of like a spinning omelet bar at a continental breakfast, so, yeah. But we hatch other things. Parasaurolophus, Stegosaurus, Triceratops is my personal favorite, the Triceratops. If we get the baby one, we take her for walks. Her name is Sahara. She's not here anymore. She's in Hollywood. Yeah, she grew too big. They sent her over there.
One of the great things about this area is that you can actually hatch a dinosaur, and if you're one of the lucky people that gets to help it hatch, you can name it and they'll give you a certificate, as well as you can come back and check on it later. So.
And of course, there's a cool little dinosaur play area. The kids run around, hang out with the dinos. But again, this is when it's raining, is a great spot to come sit and get out of the rain or get out of the heat as well.
Lots of fun things for everybody in the family to discover and explore over here at the Discovery Center, but we're going to head over to Universal.
So one of the other things that's kind of ignored over here is a piece of history. So if you got a little extra time and you're over by the Hard Rock, what you're going to do is head this way and walk around the building. All right, so you're going to walk around the corner of Hard Rock here, and you're just going to follow this little path back along the building. It's going to kind of look like you're going somewhere you shouldn't be, but that's just not the case. But you keep working your way around and you'll see as we get up here. So as you walk closer to the back of the building, you'll start to come up to this, and it kind of looks like you're in a back lot area a little bit, and yes you are, but then you come upon this. And for those who are a little familiar, this is an actual piece of the Berlin Wall.
Yes, that's right. Here at Universal, you can even go get a little history lesson and see a living piece of history right behind the Hard Rock Cafe. Definitely not something you'd expect, but still a nice little pit stop if you're heading between the parks. And speaking of pit stops, our next stop is going to be one of our favorite pit stops. which is going to be Universal Orlando's horror makeup show. I think this one gets overlooked a lot, basically because of its location. It's near Bourne Stuntacular, and I think a lot of people gravitate toward that show, come out, and don't want to see a second show immediately. But if you're in the area, it's definitely worth the pit stop, and something that the whole family will enjoy. Don't let the horror part scare you. It's very mild in the horror manner, but mostly a fun and funny, entertaining show. And if you do go see it, hang out till the end of the show. Typically, you can get some cool pictures at the end. Our next item that's overlooked in the Universal Parks is going to take us to an alley. And no, I'm not talking about Diagon Alley, as that's probably one of the most popular lands in the park, but this is another alley located within Diagon Alley, which is going to be Nocturne Alley. For those of you who are familiar with the movies, you may be familiar with this area. If you're not, Nocturne Alley was a shopping area off of Diagon Alley in London, and it was filled with numerous shops devoted to the dark arts, including Borgin and Burke's, which is actually located here in this Diagon Alley as well. This area often gets overlooked because it's kind of hidden in the back of Diagon Alley. There's not really much to attract you back there, but once you go back, you'll find it. It's a cool little spot, especially if you've got the interactive wands, as there's several spells you can cast back in this area. And then our last one we're going to look at today is actually going to take us back out of Universal, and we're going to head over to City Walk. That's right, our last overlooked spot we're going to visit today doesn't even require a park ticket. It is located here in City Walk, and it is called the Red Coconut Club. One of the reasons I highly recommend you don't overlook this is it's always something a little different. They do various different holiday overlays of this bar. Right now, as we're visiting, Halloween Horror Nights is going on, so of course they're doing their Dead Coconut Club, which is their Halloween overlay. One of the reasons I think this place gets overlooked is many people think this is a club over the age of 18, but the reality is there's no age limit, no cover charge. Anybody can go at any point in time. Just like you saw Andrew being 8 years old out there on the dance floor, breaking it down at 10:30 at night after dinner, and that's typically when I recommend you do this. Come by as you're leaving the park and ending your day. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this video on the overlooked items at Universal. If you did, let us know by hitting that like button and maybe subscribing to the channel so you can be notified when we drop new content.
You can also follow us on our social medias. We've got Parks Guru TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something and have fun. We'll see you on the next one.